Hi. Hello. 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 My name is Géza Csákvári. I'm from Budapest, Hungary. I work for Népszava daily newspaper. When I was thinking about films about ballet, there was The Red Shoes, the Michael Pavel Emery Pressburger piece. And also pop into my mind Black Swan by Darren Aronofsky. So these are two extreme dramas. So why comedy? That would be the question.
The world is funnier than people think. It's a strange world of people who spend a lot of time in one room, one building, running from a studio to a theater to a studio from theater. They're very tied to each other. They're very competitive with each other. They're very supportive of each other. And they all are racing the clock because the clock is going to, like, at some point, the career's over. So we felt like the darkness has been explored a lot. But the lightness has never, the lightness and the dedication and the thrill of it, you know, because a lot of times the dedication is portrayed as horrible and angsty and like tearing you down. And it's like, these are tough cookies. These are tough people. They train hard, they live hard, they work hard, they laugh hard. Like there is a thrill that they get from this, and we wanted to bring the thrilling part out.
I think with the same dialogue, same sentences, you can make a comedy and you can make a drama out of the same. Do you agree with that in this case?
Yes, and sometimes you have to play drama to find the comedy. The comedy can arrive in many different ways.
Exactly. I think sometimes the drama is actually what makes it funny.
You are acted from really young period of your life. You're also acting in a theater. So my question would be, how much true is in this show? I mean, a theater company could be similar to a ballet company. So how much truth is in there?
I think there's complete truth. I think when you get a bunch of weirdos together who are so passionate about what they do, it is life or death. And I think that's like, those are the stakes of the show, and that's the stakes of putting on any show. And so it felt very honest to me.
Your character is working in an artistic industry, a leader, a director, a manager. So did you have anybody in your head when you were building up the character from your real experience, real life?
Not really. I did go and meet the real directors, both of the opera and of the ballet. I was looking into ex-directors, female directors of the ballet, but they were all dancers, former Étoiles. So Amy wasn't interested in that background for me. She wanted more of for my character to be just passionate about the ballet, about that art form, but not be an artist myself. And to have that, you know, the complication of tending to all these problematic and difficult dancers and choreographers, and at the same time the Ministère de la Culture and all that's going on. That was the funny part for her. That's the character she wanted.
Is there anybody particular you were thinking about when you were creating the character? Because I guess you met those kind of people who are managing the theater or some kind of institution.
Yes. Yes, there are a couple. I got my start doing theater in Canada, and I worked in a community that was, to me, kind of gorgeous, a gorgeous thing to get to participate in. And there were people there who had a kind of a drive and dedication to keeping this work afloat, in spite of just how impossible it felt to make anything happen. And I definitely brought that memory into this guy.
How did you create characters? Was it from the story, or you created the characters and the story came from them?
We had the idea of the story, but the first character that came to us was Cheyenne. Cheyenne, we sort of started with her, and we sort of went out from there. And we had Cheyenne even before we decided to do the 2 countries, when originally it was just maybe 1 country, and then we decided, let's broaden our horizons. Ballet is all over the world and actually more venerated in Europe than it is in America, so why would we not go to the place where it's actually venerated? People actually care. And it just sort of, it snowballed from there. We knew we wanted to do something with Luke Kirby. We knew we wanted to create a show that put him front and center. It was time for him to be front and center and head a show. So just the pieces started to fall in place as we decided the concept. So I think the concept came first, Cheyenne, and then it kind of built out from there.
When you got the scripts and you realized that you are going to be the 2 most lovable, but also most hateable, strange person at the show. So how did you process that information when you were facing the facts?
Oh, that was a gift for me. I become a child happy to have that to play, because we don't have many opportunities in real life to be this kind of person. So it's so exciting to play that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. It's interesting. If you get bogged down as to how people are going to perceive you, I think you're in a lot of trouble. And so I think it's exciting to get to have all this to do. I think our characters are dynamic and complicated, and so it's really about getting to the truth of it. And that's, I think, for an actor, it's thrilling.
Your character says, okay, we are not going digital, we are analog, we are ballet, we are classical. So do you agree with the message that our analog culture should be saved? Is it in danger?
I think what's in danger that I feel is our carnal nature. I think that, I mean that just in terms of bodies in a room together. I do think that there's nothing like sharing some space and watching a story happen with a group of strangers. I think it brings people into a different kind of focus. I think that being among strangers in a dark theater, or in a park or wherever it is just a very specific kind of thing, and I think our bodies yearn for it. I think people yearn for it. I think kids yearn for it, and these devices and kind of this sort of idea that we can do it all from home. It's a great instrument and a great tool to get to have, and I think it's great to be able to make stories accessible in that way. But I just don't. It doesn't compare to me to being in a room with people and strangers.
I'm the guy who is looking for a drama, even in a comedy. So I got the message. So about our ballet culture, which is an analog culture, is in danger.
Yeah.
So is it? And
yes.
Was it a deliberate choice from your side to make a commentary about it, about our ancient culture?
Yeah, I think all of these forms like ballet, classical music, opera, theater, especially small theaters that don't have big name actors acting in their plays, it's always a fight and a struggle, and that gives you the drama that you need for a show like Étoile. So we leaned into that behind the scenes struggle. It takes you're rolling a rock up a mountain, and once the rock's at the very top, you have a very nice ballet, and then you got to roll the next rock up, and that's what all these art institutions are having to do. So yeah, we just wanted to explore that juxtaposition of the frilly beauty on the outside and the tough, aggressive, hard stuff on the inside.
And I don't think it's ever bad to remind people that something wonderful can go away if they don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I think that's important.